I'm Harleen, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 books that I read in 2016. Now, I'm going to be honest, 2016 was not the best year for me in terms of reading. However, I did read several amazing books that I just needed to share with you. The first of them being Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. So this was the second Colleen Hoover book that I had read, and it was absolutely phenomenal. The story follows Tate Collins, who has just moved in with her older brother in his apartment. It is there that she meets her brother's very attractive neighbor, Miles. Immediately it's evident that Tate and Miles are very attracted to each other, except neither of them are ready for a relationship at this point in their lives. Eventually, Tate and Miles end up creating a friends with benefits relationship. This seems like a good idea to both of them at first, but obviously it doesn't go well. I just thought this book was really well written. I thought the characters were very well developed and very fascinating for me to get into. I loved Miles' backstory, and as the book progressed and we learned more about him, I just fell for him even more. I personally really like Colleen Hoover as a writer. A couple years ago I read her novel Slammed and it blew me away, and so going to Ugly Love I had some pretty high expectations and they were surprisingly met. However, if you do plan on reading Ugly Love, do remember that there is a lot of mature content, so if you are a youngin', I would not recommend it. Moving on, my next favorite of 2016 is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Now this book, let me just take a second. Now this book is the sequel in Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy. This book actually came out in 2016 and I immediately got my hands on it and flew through it. As you can see, when I finished the book, I immediately went back to my favorite scenes and marked them with a post-it, because I am an obsessive human being who loves to go back and read her favorite moments in her favorite books. Overall, A Court of Mist and Fury was just incredible. Obviously, I can't give you too much about the synopsis of this book because it is a sequel, but if you haven't read A Court of Thorns and Roses, I definitely recommend it because it has amazing writing, awesome characters, badass fight scenes, and overall, it just makes your heart break. Who doesn't love a book that makes your heart? This series is amazing so far. Overall, makes my heart feel so many things. I love it. The next book I have here is actually a collection of poems, and this is The Princess Saves Herself in This One by Amanda Lovelace. As I said, this is a collection of poems written in 4 parts: the princess, the damsel, the queen, and you. Overall, these poems just really spoke to me on a very personal level. I just related to so many of them, and they made me feel so many things. Some of them made me want to cry, some of them made me laugh. If you like poetry in the slightest, I definitely recommend that you go out and read this book because it is beautiful. My next favorite of 2016 was one that I had been waiting for quite a while, and that is The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. Now this is the 4th and final book in Maggie Stiefvater's series, The Raven Cycle. I know I have said love a lot in this video, but I absolutely, unconditionally love this series. I'm not exactly sure what it is about this series that makes me love it so much. It could be the amazing characters, the fascinating storyline, or just Maggie's amazing writing. But overall, if you haven't read The Raven Cycle, I don't know what you are doing because this is one series that you definitely should not miss out on. I wish I could give you a quick explanation of what the series is about, but honestly, it's one of those series that you just need to go into it without knowing anything because it's so impossible to summarize this series in just a few words. But I can tell you that there's magic and mischief and characters that you are absolutely gonna fall in love with. Now, my final favorite book of 2016 is The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakovic. Now this is another one of those series that I feel I cannot give you a synopsis and have it do justice to the beauty that is in this novel. So this is the first book in the Foxhole Court trilogy. In an attempt to explain this novel, it surrounds the sport. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would I want to read 3 books about sports? I hate sports. That's why I read. And let me tell you, that is what I thought until I gave these books a chance. Somehow I found myself absolutely loving the game of Xe, and I wanted to know every single thing about it. I don't know how Nora does it, but she somehow got me completely captivated by the sport and all the characters that she created in this novel. I wholeheartedly promise you that even if you despise sports with all of your being, that will not affect your enjoyment of this series. I do want to say that if you are going to read these series, there are trigger warnings for rape, so if that is not your thing, I would not recommend it. But otherwise, this series is beautiful, and that is all I'm going to say about that. Read it. And those are my top 5 favorite books of 2016. If you haven't read them, I definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment down below what were your favorite books that you read in 2016. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! It's really steamy. It's a steamy novel. Let's just clear that up. Steam.